Alright guys, so I'm here with my buddy Hunter. You'll see him in a little bit. We're doing our 2016 rod and reel combos, our arsenal of all our, this is strictly bass fishing. I've got 7 rods behind me. These are the rods I've collected over the last couple of years that I really like. Got 2 spinning rod combos and 5 bait caster reel and rod combos. And I'm going to be starting with the lightest action, my ultralights, all the way to the medium heavies. So we're going to get right into it. First, I've got my Daiwa Spinmatic. This is a 7-foot ultralight. I've got a 6-pound test. I got a small Mitchell spinning reel on there, and this is just a 7-foot ultralight. And I like to use this for very light finesse fishing. Like I'll use this for weightless robo worm fishing or throwing weightless flukes or anything like that. It's really light, sensitive rod. So this is my ultralight here. I've only got one of those. And then my second spinning reel is my Skeete Reese. This is easily my favorite bass fishing rod. Super sensitive. It's a 6-foot 11-inch medium power. This is a shaky head Senko. See how well you can see that there? It's a shaky head Senko, and I've got it paired up with a Gander mountain spinning reel here. This is a 8 ball bearing. It's a 9 ball bearing reel, and I've got this spooled up with 8-pound test. This is another worm fishing reel. I like to fish flukes with it or jigs, anything like that. Anything I need really sensitive feeling for. Now we're going into bait casters. This is one of my favorites. This is my Tour KVD bait casting reel. This is a, let me see here, I believe this is a medium heavy 6'6". So medium heavy is like a standard I like to use. 6'6", medium heavy. This is an all-around good bass rod. This is a Tour KVD series, and I got it spooled up on my Silver Max Abu Garcia, and this is one of my worm fishing bait casters. I like to do that. I like to use heavier plastics on this. Like I'll use a bullet weight most of the time when I'm fishing with this bait caster, and it's really sensitive. I got 14-pound Cajun line, which works really good because it's the first color to go invisible underwater. So I really like that. So 3 rods down, 4 to go. This right here is my Quantum Code. This is a rod and reel combo. This was my first bait caster I picked up 2 years ago. And this is my cranking rod. It's a 7-to-1 gear ratio. This is a burner reel. And I've got a little Rapala on there. I was catching pike with this in the fall. This was the last setup I had running on it. This here is a 6'6" medium heavy action. So once again, just my standard go-to size and preference. Quantum Code, same line, 14-pound Cajun, and like I said, this is a nice reel to throw crankbaits on and for fast retrieve. All right, now we're starting to get into my top 3 favorites. This is my Skeete Reese bait caster. This one is meant for spinner baits / worms. So this is another sensitive rod, just like my spinning reel. The same thing, just in bait caster form. And I've got this paired up on a TS 1200 Renoya 14 ball bearing. It's easily my nicest reel I have. Super smooth action, nice drag system, and this is one of my cranking rods. I like to throw my lipless shads on there, and I'll sometimes use this for worm fishing too. This is just an all-around versatile rod. It takes it's actually medium fast action, so it's nice for worm fishing because you feel that bite instantly. As soon as anything hits there, you can feel all the structure around you with this rod. So easily my favorite rod right here for bait casters. Now we're starting to get into my heavier setups, and that's when we introduced the Falcon Buku rods, which are really nice. This is the Buku Micro Falcon rod. I've got it paired up on an LMA 200R bait casting reel. This is a 10 ball bearing reel, and I've got a nice 1 ounce jig on here that I like to use for flipping and pitching. I've got 35 pound braid on this, so it makes it really nice. You got that nice strength to flip and pitch in a thick cover, and you got enough backbone to get the fish out. This is a 7-foot Falcon rod. Falcon rods, I like to run 7 foot because they're just all around great rods. They're made in the U.S. and they have very good ratings. So this, once again, is the Buku Micro. Alright, now we're going into my last reel, my frogging rod. It's probably the rod I caught the most fish on last year just because I'm a big frog fisherman. This is my Falcon rod, my Buku, my regular rod, not the Micro series. I've got this spooled up with my Garcia Black Max 65 pound braid and my Ish's Poppin' Fatty, which is the best frog out in the market because it has 2 separate chambers so that your frog will never pick up water. This is also a 7 foot and it's a medium heavy extra fast action, so whenever anything picks this frog up, you immediately make contact with it as soon as you lift that rod tip up. So for me, this is personally my favorite frogging rod. I could buy a heavy rod, but that's just not as versatile. You can't flip and pitch really or run spinner baits on it like I can with this. Like I'll use this for buzzbait fishing a lot or chatterbait fishing. So these are my setups. I took a long time to acquire these rods just because I wanted to get more familiar with bait casting and know what I needed to use. So I feel like with these 7 rods, I can attack any bass from any different style of fishing I want to do, whether it's worm fishing, buzzbait fishing, spinnerbait, jigs, frogs, crawdads, anything, crankbaits. I've got it covered basically with these 7 rods. So I think this is a really good what do you want to say, like arsenal of rod and reels here. So if any of you are trying to look for options of different combos you could get, hopefully this will help you out a little bit. And then Hunter now is going to show you his 2 rods that he just acquired. I just got him into bass fishing, and I really like to see how much into it he's gotten it over the last couple of months that I started to get him into fishing. So we're going to go through his rod and reel setups now, and we'll get back to you. Alright guys, so this is my boy Hunter. We grew up together. We've been playing soccer our whole lives together with flying kick, and I got into fishing before he did. I've been fishing for about 2.5 years now, like pretty seriously, and I just got him into it this past summer, and I got him pretty hooked on it too. So I'm gonna let him speak a little bit.
Yeah, I'm just really good friends with him. I've been friends with him since I was about 6 or 7 years old. But yeah, anyways, we're gonna talk to you guys about the 2 rod and reel combos I have. I know 2 is a very small amount, but you know, I'm really excited to talk about these things. I'm really proud of them. So yeah, the first one is a St. Croix Mojo Bass glass casting rod.
This is a 6'6" medium powered. It's glass rod, so this is specifically made for spinnerbait and crankbait fishing. He's got it paired up on a Shimano Caenan rod. It's a 6:4-to-1 gear ratio, and he's got it paired up with 35 pound braid, which this is one of the setups I told him to get just because it's pretty versatile. It's pretty universal. You can cast worms with it. You can probably even throw frogs with it as long as you're not in like super deep cover. You should be able to tow the fish out with this setup. So this was a really nice starter kit. I got him a really nice deal on this combo here. So I mean, honestly, he couldn't have picked a better combo for this. Nice St. Croix rod. These have lifetime warranty, and Shimano reels. Obviously, Shimano is one of my favorite brands. That's why I'm always wearing this hat. Shimano's just one of my favorite brands of any fishing. So that's his first bait caster combo that he's bought. And then
I got this Fenwick, which to be honest, it seemed a little stiff when I first bought it, but it actually is quite sensitive. I picked it up at Cabela's. It was, the original price tag was $100, but I got it on sale for about $60. And I got it with a Pflueger Purist spinning reel, which is a 5:1-to-1 gear ratio. It's really nice. It's only about $80. It has a really nice drag system.
this is a 7-foot medium heavy powered spinning reel. So I mean, once again, like he's got it paired up with 10 pound. He had 8 pound, but he wasn't feeling very comfortable with it. So I actually swapped my 10 pound line and took his 8 from him just because I'm more comfortable with it, know how to mess with my drag a little more. But this is all around a good, sensitive spinning reel setup for worm fishing, fluke fishing, weightless fishing even, or casting large spoons or crankbaits or spinner baits. This is a good all-around medium. That's why I say medium to medium heavy power action rods. 6'6" to 7 foot is just an all-around good basic rod for bass fishing because it's very universal. He's got it paired up with a nice Pflueger Purist reel, and it's a Purist, and it's a 10 ball bearing reel. So now you guys know our setups. We've probably got about $1,000 in rod and reel combos now, and we're gonna make another separate video right now about our bait and tackle, our tackle boxes, how we organize our stuff. That way you guys have a better idea how to manage maybe you guys' stuff at home. So thanks for watching this part of the video, and I'm gonna be uploading the next part probably in a couple days or within an hour or so. So thanks for watching. Thumbs up, like if you subscribe.